gotta mess with this. What is up, everyone? Kate here from MPTennis. Hope you guys are doing great today. Today we have another racket comparison video for you guys today. It is between the Speed MP and Speed Pro. So these are the new, or the newest I should say. They're not brand new. They've been out for a few months now. And they're the Auxetic 2.0. So this is the new line that they've come out with, or the new, paint job. They've changed some things with the Auxetic. I'll go over the specs here as well. But before we get into all that stuff and what I think about them, of course, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel for us produce better content for you guys. Like said in previous videos, we're on our way to 10,000 subscribers, so be sure to help us out there. Greatly, greatly appreciated. So yeah, like I said, we got the Speed MP and Speed Pro. Auxetic 2.0 is what they're calling this. Just on first glance, the paint jobs are, I think they got a lot of hate actually in the beginning, to be completely honest. I mean, Head's been keeping things relatively simple, just as you can see right here. Just kind of the white and black design. I'm personally not the biggest fan of the paint job, and of everything of this racket, it's probably the worst part. That's just my opinion. I'm sure there's some people that absolutely love it. The kind of matte, velvety feeling is also not my favorite either. I'm somebody that really likes and gravitates towards rackets that are smoother, or glossy, or my Radical. I love that feeling on the racket, or the Prestige, that glossy feeling, and then also it has that other kind of smooth material feel. But I tend to gravitate rackets that kind of feel like that. But not to say that these feel bad. It's just a little bit different. They feel like the countervail rackets did when Wilson released those many years ago now. If you're interested in picking up a Speed MP or a Speed Pro, or in fact any tennis equipment, you can use my code at TennisOn to get a discount off your new tennis racket or equipment. And if you want to pick up any Tour line string, I've been using Super Tour for a really long time. Now I've been testing out the Caviar and the Super Tour Hybrid. I love it. If you want to pick it up, you can use my code and get a little bit of a discount there. So yeah, Speed Pro, Speed MP, I'm going to go over the specs for you guys here now. The Speed Pro is 100 square inches, and also the Speed MP is also 100 square inch racket. But the main difference is mostly the weight, at least from what I felt. We'll see what the actual specs here say, but it's the feeling and the string bed. So the string bed on the MP is a 16 by 19 bed, where on the Pro it's an 18-20. We'll talk about that here in a second. The static weight, this is all according to Tennis Warehouse as well, is on the Speed Pro 11.6 ounces and the Speed MP 11.1. The balance here you can see is a little bit different, 12.8 versus 13. The swing weights, now this is very surprising. Obviously this is what Tennis Warehouse has, the rackets that I have. I don't know because I don't have a machine yet, but I do have one coming, which is very exciting. Yeah, very close, 333 on the Pro, 330 on the MP. You can feel that a little bit. It does feel a little bit heavier coming through the air, which is cool. The beam width is the exact same thing. That is also something I'll talk about a little bit later. The stiffness, the same thing. And then according to them, the power level, low to medium on the MP and low on the Pro. And other than that, I mean, we've kind of covered everything. Their standard length. The main difference on these is the string pattern, and you can tell a little bit of a difference for sure. Like an 18-20 pattern is definitely meant more for drive balls, where the 16-19 is more, you get better access to spin, at least in my opinion, and many players feel that as well, and also just to have a better launch. So let's start with the MP. I actually really like both of these rackets, but I'm just going to start with this one. I'm sure you guys have seen some videos and some photos or shorts and stuff on Instagram of me using this racket. People are asking me if I'm switching it to this one. We'll get to that at the end of this video, and we'll talk about that at the end. But for now, I'm just going to tell you what I think. Comparing to my Radical, this is offering a lot more pop. It's really spinning, and the ball is moving through the air. That's the biggest thing really on both of these rackets. But for the MP right now, it flies, man, in a good way. It's not like you're hitting back fence every time, like maybe the Pure Arrows or Pure Drives. Not that those are bad rackets. I just feel like it's tough to control those rackets sometimes. They're just not my favorite if you can't really connect with them. I think you really have to find the right string for those kind of rackets. Also, string these up with a hybrid from Tourline that not many people have actually used to my knowledge, and I love it. It's Caviar in the main, in my Super Tour in the cross, and I've actually kind of switched to that string setup. That can be another video or for another time, or if you guys want to ask me a question in the comments, feel free, at 50 pounds. So still on the Speed MP here. But yeah, the ball is moving through the air nicely. The launch is great. Comparing it to those more traditional 98 square inch rackets with 1619 or 1820 or whatever the pattern is, you're getting more out of your ball, if you know what I mean. There's more power to it, there's more spin to it, it's moving through the court, it's penetrating the court, and that's nice. That's nice to get that extra help from the racket. We've just finished up the Finding My Forehand series, and this was maybe a little bit of a missing piece, is I just want some more. I want some more on my forehand. I want some more in the ball. And both of these rackets give me more, which is nice. I would say touch and feel is not too bad on here. It gets the job done. I ended up adding lead at 3 and 9 here. Just a couple of grams, as you can see. Nothing too crazy. I did not counter it in the bottom. I just kept it at 3 and 9 because I felt like on volleys it was just a touch unstable, but that's really it, to be honest. On serves, you can really crack it. It's really nice. You get a lot of free power. Kick serves, you can get lots of spin. On the slice as well, lots of spin. But yeah, I really feel like with both of these rackets, you can like slap the shit out of the ball on both. Not the greatest thing you want to do on a tennis court, but you kind of have that sensation. And I've probably played with the MP a little bit more just because this was the first one I picked up. I reviewed them separately actually, and then brought them out on court at the same time at the end. But I played with this one probably a little bit more. Yeah, returns is also great as well. The only downfall I would say for this racket is maybe the touch and feel category. Sometimes you may not feel connected to the ball. I'm a very connected, feel-oriented tennis player. It needs to feel like I want to feel the ball leaving my strings. I want to have all this. It needs to be the extension of my arm for me to, switch to a racket, right? And that's kind of what we're up against, I feel like now. So it's, maybe switching to a racket or staying with my rads, and like this is a very good racket, but if I was going to maybe switch to it, it needs to feel like that. But it's doing a great job. They got a great thing going. The other thing that might be a downfall for it that I feel with both of these and a lot of the new Auxilic 2.0 stuff is these speeds are just a little bit muted, especially here on the MP. I feel like this one's more muted than the Pro. So that's enough about the MP. Let's talk about the Pro now. From the back with the Pro, you can notice that the ball might not be spinning as much through the air. It's tough to say because if you're somebody that plays with a lot of topspin, you might not notice it as much. But I would say that the ball has a little bit lower of a launch, maybe a little less spin, just a touch, just because of that 1820 bed. It's very constant, and by that I mean the bed, every square in the bed here looks like perfect. We're, on the MP. Now this is I sound very uneducated when I talk about this but I've talked about this in the last few videos. I feel like the bed here on the MP, obviously it's a 1619, but the squares are a little bit bigger, especially more up in the hoop here, where I feel like it's a lot more constant. I like the beds that are a little bit more constant and they're not changing too much. That's one huge knock I had about the Boom NP that I really didn't like, if you guys saw that video. But yeah, from the back, a little bit lower of launch, less spin, but the access to depth with the Pro is much better, in my opinion, compared to the MP. Why is that? I don't know. I don't have any customizations on this Pro actually, and it's a beast stock. For me, I don't need to add anything. If you think it's maybe unstable or you want to beef it up, you could throw some at 12, or like I said, unstable, you put some at 3 and 9, or some grip, in the grip, whatever you want to do. But I didn't need it. So also, the thing that I think that the Pro blows the MP out of the water with is the touch and feel category, 100%. On all shots, I feel a lot more connected to the ball with the Pro. You can feel it come into the string bed and leave it. On slices, you can feel literally the ball cutting through the air, or the racket cutting through the air into the ball. I like that. And considering these rackets are pretty muted, it's interesting that you can actually tell the difference. It's pretty drastic. That's just on touch and feel stuff. I also feel that at the net with the Pro. It just feels kind of like a rock, like it's a board up there. Like it's just so solid. I'm somebody that likes that like really like board-like feeling when you're at the net, like it's just not gonna budge. Where I feel like with the MP, it was a little, it wasn't necessarily flimsy because I even added weight too. It was just like the Pro just felt more, it didn't maybe let me down in that feeling category. It's not that I missed volleys or anything. It's just like, it just felt a little bit better, that's all. Overhead with these rackets, both great. Can't really knock anything there. On serve, maybe a little bit more precision with the Pro just because of the bed, the 1820 bed, more control oriented. We've been over that. You're going to get a little bit more access to spin though. I think I might have already mentioned that with the MP 1619 bed. That'll do it. But yeah, it's not like the spin on the serves is so much more so compared to the other. So it's really, they're really close, but they do play different. And yeah, I mean, it just depends what you're looking for. For me, after playing with the MP for a while, then bringing out the Pro, playing with it for a while, and then comparing them in a session, I think I like the Pro more. So with that, what do you guys think about these rackets? I love them both. And do you think I should switch to one of these rackets? If so, let me know in the comments. The head's doing some good stuff. We got the new Extreme Tour in the house, or I should say new Extreme Pro, because they don't call it the Tour anymore. Don't know why. But yeah, that's going to be kind of it, guys. The one thing I would just mention briefly, the MP on the CPI scale is 500 and the Pro is 300. So they're saying that it's a difference of 200 in power. I don't know if I really think it's a 200 level difference, but you can notice it a little bit. So that's going to be it, guys. Was a pleasure demoing these, and yeah, catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.